Hey, hey, Blue Table fans! Yeah, so check this out. Bam! Five-headed dragon. Maldrakar by Reaper. Yeah, we're going to be painting this beauty up here soon. She's a beautiful. We put on a round base. But that's not what this video is about. I have to unpack this Eldar army today, and I thought I would bring you along for this magical journey. It's Sunday, and I've got my teenage son here with me helping me with packing. So he's in the other room doing that, watching TV and packing up Space Wolves. Here we go. Warp spiders. I'll just put those there for the time being. And I'm gonna need a trash can. There we go. This will do. All right. A sermon. Nice. I'm loving it. I gotta mark these things off the inventory here. There should be 10 warp spiders. Here you go. And I picked up this other box again. Nice. Warp spiders 10. A sermon 1. Check. So I've been watching Bob's Burgers. That's a pretty good background noise. 10 Rangers. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got married again recently. So that's pretty awesome. Definitely taken to that. And my lovely new wife is just about 9 years younger than me. She has dark hair, curly, very long. And she is in many ways my complete opposite. Like, she's very reclusive. She's friendly, but usually keeps to herself. So pretty insulated. She has no social media. And at first I was like, no social media? How do you survive? But now I see really how great that can be. But I'm not ready to give it up. That's for sure. So in 40K news, I've been doing battle reports every week now. And that is awesome possum, guys. Okay, I need 12 Dire Avengers. And it looks like I have 5 here. -5. Okay, there we go. We'll just start stacking those up. Ooh, yeah, I need to get like a bin going here. That's what I chiefly need. Okay, so as a studio, we're working on a Gene Stealer cult army right now. It has like 180 figures in it. We're working on an Adeptus Titanicus project, which is huge. And let's see, Guy, what else? We got so many things going. Oh, a giant Custodes army. Oh, here's some more Dark Reapers. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, I only needed 6, but I have 10. So I guess I'll just mark that as 4 extras. Okay, check this out. We got some hemlocks here. That's pretty awesome. Blam. Blam. So I've been doing battle reports, as you know, with Colton, who's a great guy, by the way. I really think he's a great human being. Let's see, do I get everything? Yep, there you go. Okay, set that aside. Now the next box. So I got this Dark Eldar army on trade, now known as Drukhari, and I realized I didn't even have the book for them, so I got a book. Let's get that out right now. There we go. Bam. And I'm pretty excited about that. And what's even cooler nowadays is that most armies are doing pretty good at tournaments. Like, you don't just see one army comprising a third of the things because that's the only ones that can, that's the only army that is competitive because the game wasn't balanced. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is weird. This is like just a bunch of sprues and stuff. Okay, core rule book. A bunch of decals. Tons of decals, actually. Looks like some instruction sheets. Don't throw those instruction sheets out now because models are not intuitive nowadays. You definitely need to do it by the numbers. That makes it a lot harder. Oh, okay, a box of Eldar Wind Riders. Wind Rider jet bike. Oh, it only calls for 2. Well, better to have too many than too few, right? And now it looks like just a load of sprues. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is going to be great. Looks like old style jet bikes. Looks like a bunch of them. So many. Yeah, but this project only calls for 2 of them. Could I have done it wrong? Let's see, got that, got that, got that. That. Huh, weird. Alright, let's keep going here. Just see it. I guess I may as well just find out what's in here. Here's one. It says 3D comics. Oh, there's like a business card that's actually a piece of plastic. That's pretty cool. Huh, neat. Alright. That's weird. Put that in there. Okay, let's keep going. Wraithguard. Just the weapons part. We'll set that aside for now. Looks like 3 Vipers. No canopies yet. We'll see if those are in here. That's weird. I don't see Vipers on the project. Alright, well, let's just set them aside with the jet bikes. Loads of jet bikes. Okay, it looks like we have a Wave Serpent type chassis. 3 sprues for that. Yeah, this is definitely a Wave Serpent. Where are we? Wave Serpent 1. Okay, good. Okay, this project calls for a lot of magnetization. So probably time for a magnets order, if you ask me. Okay, looks like weapon platforms. Awesome. 1, 2 of those. A bunch of Guardians. How many Guardians? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are by 4s. 4. It looks like 16 Guardians. Alright, let's see if there's Guardians on this. Okay, project calls for 10 Guardians. And we definitely have that. 1 heavy weapon platform. And it looks like I've got extras of that one. Let's see, just the platform. So we have an extra one of those. And Guardians, we've got 6 extras of those. Alright, let's take a look. Looks like a Farseer on here. But the project does not call for a Farseer. So weird. And oh, and here's a Spirit Seer. Is that a Spirit Seer? Maybe it's a... I don't know. That's a tough call. I think it is a Spirit Seer. 2. Okay, well maybe these are supposed to be converted onto the jet bikes. I'll just set those aside for now. Looks like a couple of jet bikes. Nice. Huh. Maybe those can be just straight up, because it looks like they split at the waist. Huh. I don't know. A weapon sprue for a wave serpent. Nice. Let's keep digging here. Okay, a wave serpent turret chassis. Several of those, actually. That's really odd. And looks like more weapons. And we've got some Windrunner type jet bikes. So check those out. That's what those look like. Dire Avengers on here. Definitely calls for 12. And we have 5 in that box. And here's even more. Here's another 5. Okay, so we're just missing 2. Nice. That's great. It's really great. I'm going to keep those. I'm going to bust this sprue in half. Keep that with the Dire Avengers. I may have to get out some bases here. Okay, and Wraithguard. Where are they? Windrider, Ranger, Guardians. Oh, Wraithguard. Oh, there's supposed to be a lot of these. And it looks like I only have... Well, let's keep going. Hold on. There's obviously a Wraith Knight here. Okay. So there is a Wraith Knight. Okay, that's nice. That is an amazing kit. And by the way, Games Workshop is just putting out so much amazing stuff that it makes me weep. Really. Like it's just ridiculous. Okay, so Wraithguard, we're missing a lot of those at this point. And it looks like this makes, let's just count the legs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 5 on here. Let me make sure I'm not missing something. Huh. Okay. Where's that other sprue? Oh, yep, that has the 5th leg on it. Okay, so this is 5 Wraithguard of various types. Oh, here's your Warlock on jet bike. Here's a bunch of flying stands. Here's a Autark for a jet bike. And more Wave Serpent stuff. Okay, cool. So, Autark on jet bike, check. Warlock Skyrunner on jet bike. Oh, there's supposed to be 7 of them. There are not 7. Okay, here we go. And then let's open this last box here. Oh, this looks very promising. This has a lot of very tightly packed sprues in it. And so when I unpack things, first off, I don't throw all the packaging just in the trash. I keep it for a while. And then that way, if something was lost in it, like it's like, oh, by the way, it's missing this, I can go back through that packaging. Ooh, that's got a lot of static on it. And check for the missing pieces. Wow, that will not let go. Look at that. Just wants to hang on to me. In you go, bud. Come on. Huh? Can't do it. Wow, that's really super creepy. Whoa. All right, just get rid of that. Check under the flaps. Really get in there and make sure nothing was missed. Set that aside. Spaces. And let's open this bubble wrap here. So a lot of times I have clients send me stuff directly through eBay. And let me tell you, that is a great way to get an army done. Like go on Facebook, actually. Facebook is a little riskier because there's no protections on Facebook. But I found really not to have a problem with it. And usually you can get an army pretty much put together for half retail on Facebook. And then send it directly to us, haha. And we will refurbish everything that needs to be refurbished and paint it. This looks like all of our Wraithguard. So, wow, a lot of Wraithguard, actually. Oh, and here is a Wraith Lord. Wraith Lord. Oh, there's supposed to be 2, so I'll just mark that there's 1. Oh, and there are 2. Yep, that is a really cool sprue right there. Now you notice that's not as dense as the modern sprues, like this. Look at this. Like, they give you more plastic as they've gone on in years. Because the older sprues were really kind of thin. And this is actually even after they had been doing it for a while. I remember I went, when was it, 99? Can't remember. I went to Reno as part of a independent retailers thing. That's when Games Workshop thought independent retailers were important. Hey, no hard feelings. And they had us. They put us up at the place, and we went and looked at all their product. And it was when they had just come out with the first Falcon Grav tank. And that was like a big deal. They're like, we're doing plastics now. Plastics is what you're going to see more of. All right, let's count them then. 1, 2. Oh, that's a 1. Here you go. I'll just put the sprues that have 1 and the sprues that have 2 in separate piles. There you go. And then there's 2. And here's a 2 and a 2. And here's a 1. Hold on. Hey, I'm recording.
I need a worker and
Oh, well, then go.
Gianna.
By the way, no problem.
For Gianna. Okay.
It's all good. All right, let's count up these Wraithguard. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Nope. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I counted them wrong. I counted. Oh, and there's a 2. And there's a 2. Okay. All right. This is weird. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That seems like a really odd number. Well, better to have too many than not enough. Okay, so I've got the 20 Wraithguard. Oh, I get it. Okay. These were supposed to be the jet bikes for the Warlocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 regular jet bikes. Okay, well that explains it. I'm supposed to make, I'll just put an R for regular jet bike. It should really be old jet bike. Okay, well there's definitely enough for everything that's needed. I don't have, let's see, Wraith, okay, that's magnetization, I'll put marks on that. That's magnetization. The Shining Spears, I have those. I'm actually going to convert these Shining Spears out of these. And I have these Dark Eldar Heat Lances. And I'm going to make those into the laser lances. And they are going to look awesome. Everybody shut up. A master's working here. Shining Spear. Oh, there's the Vipers that I couldn't find, or I was like, there's no Vipers. Yep, they were on there. The only thing is, where did I put the sprues of... Oh, here they are. Oh, and there are 3. 3 sprues of Vipers. Perfect. All right, that looks a little dense right there, but that's okay. I will split that into 2 bins presently. And, okay, Vipers, the Hemlock, magnetization. There were 2 Wraith Lords. Scratch that out. Magnetization. There was a Wraith Knight. Magnetization. Okay. Good. Looks like pretty much... Scratch that. Scratch that. Yeah, there are some elements missing. But really, in general, I think we have all the raw materials needed to complete this project. Yeah! That's, oh, and here's a bin. Silly me. So I guess I can just get this in here. This looks really good. This looks really, really good. Okay, so I always think of things I want to say, but then when the camera goes on, I'm like, oh, well, I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay. Oh yeah, so the dark Eldar that I'm doing call for a contingent of Eldar, and I'm actually going to convert those so they all look the same. I love aesthetic consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, the collection has, oh, you know what? I guess I could put the camera on me now. So there you go. Oh, by the way, that's all the Eldar stuff. Not particularly nice and neat. Oh yeah, now you got a shot of my fridge. How awesome. All right, where do I want to go with this? There we go. That looks not as bad as the other stuff. Here we go. We'll just, yeah. I just get better looking every day. All right. So anyway, okay, so this Dark Eldar that I'm doing, I got them on trade, and they were pretty much all assembled. So, but the list that I've chosen, it came in 4th in some like major tournament, and I'm like, oh, now I'm net listing. And I guess that's just a way to go nowadays, and I think that works just as well as anything else. It works better than just trying to guess yourself, like looking through the thing and then finding out later that all these models that you spent money on and assembled and painted and finally started playing and learning the game, and this huge investment of time and money, and find out that, oh yeah, that list is terrible, and you're gonna get smacked down every single time. It's not great. It's really not great. So anyway, so it calls for 3 units of 5 each Eldar Rangers, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take like Heat Lances or something out of my Dark Eldar bits, and I'm going to take Witches, and I'm going to give them cloaks. And I think I have some, in fact, I'm pretty sure I have some, what's it called? Escher Ganger Necromunda heads, which are like women heads. And those, in fact, I might just take some Escher Gangers and fit them with sniper rifles and call that my Eldar Rangers. Oh, yeah. Oh, but they'll be human. I guess that'll be the problem. But I could Dark Eldar them up, give them maybe give them Witch heads. I was thinking Witch bodies from the Dark Eldar range and giving them Escher heads, but now I think I'll do the opposite. Yes, that will work. Oh, that's fantastic. I've been looking for an excuse basically to use those Necromunda models in something. And so, all right. Anyway, and then it calls for a Hemlock of all things, which I'm going, because I have Hemlock weaponry, again, in the bits. And if you're local, by the way, just look me up and you can go sort through my bits and get some good stuff, no charge. And let's see here. So what I'm going to use is the Void Raven Bomber, which you never see played, but is this amazing model. I just love it. Like the pilot is like suspended over midair, you know, like in this clear bubble. It's a really cool model, totally underused. It's one of the very few things I'll need to add to this army. And what I noticed is, well, hold on, let me finish so, yeah, that's the Dark Eldar thing. And I mentioned it during the battle report. Do I have the list around here? I think I do. Yeah. Hold on a second. So it calls for a Farseer and a Warlock on jet bike, and I'm just going to use the Dark Eldar jet bikes and convert Dark Eldar versions of those things. So I'm going to have them with staves, and that is going to look awesome. I already got the bits pulled. I'm using Dark Elves bits from the old Cold One Knights, and they had some really cool stuff. Yeah, this army's going to look great. I'm really stoked. Just going to pick away at it. It's the power of picking away, guys. So and I conserve that to myself. Like, I get some free time too, and what I do is I paint a couple models a day, typically about 1,000 models a year, and just for fun. And I've got something to say about that. All right, so this is Joe Malim's list from the LWG Open. I don't even know what it is, but it calls for 3 Archons, which I'm scaring up now. I'm going to do like conversions and stuff. And 20 Kabbalite Warriors in 4 Venoms. 3 Ravagers, which I'm going to convert from Raiders. I'm not a fan of the Ravager model with all the things sticking out. I don't know. Like, they could have done better. Well, and I'm not nitpicking. Like, Games Workshop is doing a great job. And that's the nature of the internet. No matter what you do, it's going to get ripped to shreds by people that probably are not accomplishing very much in their lives. So, anyway, 2 Razor Wings, which I've got. And that, yeah, that's basically it. The Rangers, the Warlock Farseer, and a Hemlock, which is an Eldar vehicle, but I'm using the Void Raven, and I'm going to convert it up with the correct weaponry. It's going to look really cool. Going to make that a centerpiece, actually. I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking about color schemes, and like, it's like, which direction do I want to go? I might paint like bones and stuff on it. Yeah, like a whole Legion of the Damned looking thing. Who knows? I don't know. Dark Eldar have so many great modeling possibilities. And they can use a lot of non-standard colors, too. How's my time? Ooh, I'm getting low. All right, so guys, I do have one other thing to say. I've been thinking about this recently, because with Colton, you know, he brought his Ultramarines army, melted my face, like I just got slagged. And that was the toned down version of his army. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not great. But, of course, in my vast experience with war games, you can't complain. By the way, do I look short on this video? Because the tripod is at like 6'4". For those of you that are interested, I am 6'1". Tall drink of water. All right. So, you know that my formulation is, well, just get better at the game. And it's true. Like, for the 3rd game, we made Colton play kind of an oddball list, but he played it well. He played a solid game, and he just ripped it to shreds. And so it's, you know, it's not the weapon, it's the warrior. But lists do matter. You kind of can come already having lost the game sometimes. All right, so what else? Dark Eldar. So at least with a proven list, you know that somebody's done well with it at some point in time. So then it really does come down to playing it well. And then the other thing is, oh, by the way, you notice the shelves back here? That's looking pretty good, by the way. That means a lot of projects are out. Right now I think we're working on 48 projects. And at least 33, I'm going to say, are in active production of some kind, which is good. You never have 100% active production because, well, stuff is coming in, stuff is between assembly and painting, and you do need a reserve if you're going to keep a team of people together. You can't have like, oh yeah, there's no work for you for the next 2 weeks. People find other jobs. And that's not great for an artist crew where clients are coming in and they want stuff done. So anyway, scoreboard's looking pretty good. Definitely, I've always felt like I could tighten things up better. There's never been a time when I've been completely satisfied with how the company's going. Okay, so I'm playing Colton. And it's the books, guys. It's the books you have to buy. Like, I just went through my library and kind of cull things, and I threw out probably $500 of War Machine Hordes books that I bought, and that are just like, they're just out of date, and into the garbage they go, and it makes me so sad. And I think the miniatures battles that I'm playing, the game that I'm playing nowadays, guess what? It's role-playing games. And I love it because games like Pathfinder, 5th edition D&D, what else? You can find role-playing games for the actual war games. So like you can do role-playing set in the Iron Kingdoms, which is War Machine. There's role-playing games for 40K and stuff. But my point is, for Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, which is what I'm doing right now, guess what? Those miniatures never go out of style. Why? Because the rules always support whatever it is that you have. And it's a game that's set up where you don't have to have a third party publishing these supposedly balanced rules in order for you to use your miniatures. So when you're collecting miniatures for a game like 40K, for example, you're kind of at the mercy of Games Workshop. Like from one year to the next, you could have to buy $800 worth of books to stay current with everything. And guess what? Your army could become not that great all of a sudden. But if you play a role-playing game like Pathfinder, has not had a new rulebook for 10 years. And guess what? None of my miniatures went out when they just published 2nd edition. All my miniatures are still good to go. Why? Because I'm the dungeon master. The game itself has an intrinsic balancing mechanism, which is there's a dungeon master. He's setting up everything supposedly to be fair or at least cater to his players. And the players, they just need one miniature, really, for their character. And it's so great. And I have to say, I have had just, oh man, an amazing time collecting my thing of fantasy role-playing figures. So there you go. Of course, most dungeon masters don't want to do that, and role-playing groups typically are like they're not a 40Ker that's going to go out and spend like $800 on an army, or are they? I don't know. I think we're entering a new world. Listen to me carefully. I've been around a while. We're entering into a new era for fantasy role-playing games and miniatures. And miniatures, good miniatures, are getting so inexpensive. Oh my gosh. Well, and you guys have seen me going off about this. Like, usually, like deep cuts. They are, WizKids, I think, puts that out. They're doing models where you buy a blister for $3.99. That's early 90s prices, guys. For 2 unique figures. They've been sculpted well. They come with 2 little bases in there. And I'm just like, oh,